Hello, I'm Erin Beal, and welcome to this week's edition of Stock Breakthroughs. Now, with the Dow at record highs, we find ourselves asking the same question we did during the tech bubble of the late 90s. Just who is getting rich here, and what are they spending their windfalls on? Now, it's become blaringly obvious that the rich are becoming richer. These folks have money and they want to spend it. And there's no better way to show off their wealth and class than by purchasing gaudy, some may say overpriced, artwork and jewelry. Red Zone Profits editor Neil DeFalco has found the perfect way to capitalize on this flowing wealth. Neil, welcome to Stock Breakthroughs.
Happy to be here, Erin.
Now let's jump right in. Neil, can you tell us what you're recommending as the next stock breakthrough?
Sure, Erin. I've recently recommended a company called Sotheby's, ticker symbol BID on the New York Stock Exchange. I'm sure you heard of them. Sotheby's is a global leader in the world of fine art auctioneering. They specialize in rare antique paintings, jewelry, and a wide variety of other decorative fine arts and collectibles. Sotheby's also dabbles in art-related financing and private sales.
But why Sotheby's, Neil? I mean, do investors really care about something as obscure as a fine art auctioneer?
Well, it really comes down to the fact that the middle class has virtually disappeared in this country. With the onslaught of the nouveau riche, it has become obvious that more and more individuals are finding unseasoned wealth, and of course, they want everyone to know about their newfound glory. It's sort of similar to an intense game of Monopoly, with every square being either Boardwalk or Park Place. These folks have money and they want to spend it. Now, I'm not saying that I wouldn't buy the same items if I had a couple $1 million to spend at my leisure. I like nice things too. And this is Sotheby's' angle. They play on the basic human instinct of greed. And with more and more people finding sudden fortune in this country, I see nothing but positive earnings and sales growth in the immediate future for Sotheby's.
So beyond the checkbook inflation of the uber rich, what other catalysts does Sotheby's have going for it, though?
Sotheby's has recently entered the online auction arena. This has proved to be an incredible venue for dramatic and unprecedented successes. This company is continually expanding its infrastructure and exploring cyberspace in order to cater to its actively expanding international clientele.
Interesting. Now, I know that you're quite the fundamentalist, Neil, so I guess this question won't come as much of a surprise. But how does Sotheby's look from a fundamental standpoint?
Well, you couldn't ask for a more promising corporation. Since last year, Sotheby's debt-to-equity ratio has dramatically decreased, showing us that the company is taking on less debt in order to finance its growth. The accounts receivable turnover rate has increased, and the account payable days outstanding has decreased over the last fiscal year, showing us that the company has increased its efficiency in collecting monies owed to it, as well as showing a swift payment of short-term debts. This gives us a good idea of management efficiency, and it seems that Sotheby's powers that be have their heads screwed on nice and tight.
Now, we've noticed a lot of insider selling and option exercising that have been going on at Sotheby's over the past couple months. Would you say this is an indication that we should be dumping shares here rather than buying them?
Well, that's a good question, Erin. If you look at the recent insider selling, you will notice that the majority of it has occurred in the latter months of last year. Sotheby's stock was up at 100% at times during 2006 and finished out the year with a 50% gain. I'll tell you one thing. If I was an insider who owned a couple million shares of Sotheby's stock, you could be as sure as sunshine in San Diego that I would sell most, if not all of it. These insiders are just looking to lock in some profit. Obviously, it wasn't a strategic sell-off because Sotheby's stock is up 66% year to date. So to answer your question, no, I don't think the insider selling has any intrinsic significance.
Okay, so Neil, with all that in mind, what is your short-term projection for the company?
Well, over the last 2 quarters, Sotheby's has exceeded analyst earnings estimates both times, averaging a surprise of over 160%. This is absolutely astounding. The sheer fact that the majority of analysts were so far off from actuality leads me to believe that Sotheby's has a few more rabbits in the top hat. Now, to add even more ice cream to this already large piece of raspberry-infused blueberry pie, management recently decided to increase the dividend payout by 100%. This company is experiencing explosive growth and, as I like to say, is on a rocket to Venus. Sotheby's currently trades around $49, and I see it going to about $60 over the next 8 months. Great.
Well, thanks for joining us today on Stock Breakthroughs, Neil. Now, if you'd like to learn more about Neil's Red Zone Profit Service, please visit www.taipanfinancialnews.com and follow the Red Zone link on the left-hand side of the homepage. That's it for this week's edition. Please tune in next week for information on another stock that is ready to break through.